Hey, good afternoon. It is Wednesday afternoon, June 15th, 3 p.m. Eastern Time, and I'm here in southeastern Pennsylvania. And Stephen DeHaas, first man in on YouTube. And then Johnson Hogg is here. An unusual firsties here. Usually it's the regulars. And Howard Hobbs is here, and Steve Edelman and Debbie Moore. That's more like the usual crew. Kathy Marzik, Tom Dietz. Hello today. Hello to all of you. Let us clink in appreciation of another day on the planet with its little challenges and rewards. Here's to you. Deb Leiby-Clark is here, Jean-Pierre Cador, Mike Verbeck, John Hubner, Steve Davidson and Cindy Glorioso, S.A. Tudhope, Michael Anthony Wood, Connie Adams in Santa Barbara, and I think that's it for right now. So I hear it's pretty hot for a lot of you guys today. It's actually nice here, but I did have to turn the AC on for a little while because it would have been too warm indoors. But it's been a very productive morning. A bunch of firewood stacked, mowed the voluminous lawn, trying to keep nature from encroaching too far on me here. Jim Greco here on time. Charlie Bryant, hey, and Rich Fowler, Betsy McIntyre, hi Bets, and Jeanette Pasqua. So hello to you all, and I will start you off with a song. Derek Johnson, hi Derek. And Pam Zappardino is here. And Dave Mason in Scotland. So it's going to be Old Songs Day, which means that it's not about the Old Songs Festival, which is coming up in a couple weeks. It's just I'm playing mostly old songs today. Old favorites of mine. How many roads must a man walk down before you call him a man? How many seas must a white dove sail before she can sleep in the sand? Yes, and how many times must the cannonballs fly before they are forever banned? The answer, my friend, is blowing in the wind. The answer is blowing in the wind. Yes, and how many years can a mountain exist before it is washed to the sea? Yes, and how many years must some people exist before they are allowed to be free? Yes, and how many times can a man turn his head, pretending that he just doesn't see? The answer, my friend, is blowing in the wind. The answer is blowing in the wind. Yes, and how many times can a man look up before he can see the sky. Yes, and how many ears must one man have before he can hear people cry? Yes, and how many deaths will it take till we know too many people have died? The answer, my friend, is blowing in the wind. The answer is blowing in the wind. So for anybody who hasn't been on the planet for the last 60 years or so, that was written by Bob Dylan. And Dave Van Allen is here, John Sprouse, Helene Tober Fowler, Warren and Janelle, Debbie Lipstruer Vasayo, and who else did I not get here? I think I said hello to the rest of you. So I've been thinking about that song lately. You know, I've been kind of looking at it. I wonder what, you know, our parents thought of a song like that when we were young, and it was so meaningful to us. And they could have easily, like listening to it with my 73-year-old ears, I could see how somebody could easily just kind of say, oh, that's just a bunch of fancy words. What does it really mean? And underneath it all, I mean, it is a song of metaphors. It's actually pretty advanced poetically for the young Bob to have written it. And some of those metaphors, I think, are still, unfortunately, some of them are still very meaningful. Some of them are eternal questions. And the other question I have about that song, since we're discussing it, is the answer is blowing in the wind. Is that supposed to mean that the answer is just out there in the wind, anybody can see it? Or does it mean, as I believe it does, the answer is blowing in the wind and you just can't, as Donovan so aptly said, you can't catch the wind. So anyhow, I guess I'm in a talky mood today, so I will put that before you. You guys can discuss it freely during the next song. So next up, this song is actually co-written by a friend of mine, but I did not know him when he wrote this song. I met him many years later, and we taught at a couple camps together, and we've run into each other. He did a house concert at Ann Mintz's house with his partner. I'm talking about Steve Gillette, and his partner is Cindy Mangson. But he wrote this song, and I just looked it up. Tom Robinson or something like that is the other guy who was his friend who he wrote it with. And I was always told that this song was written on a bet to try to write a song that sounded like a traditional folk song. And I don't know if they succeeded at that. I don't know if that was the real bet. Steve has on his website, which is, I think it's called allaboutthesong.com, he has an explanation of how it was written and why it got written, because of a couple events that happened in his family, none of which was as serious as the ending of this song. But just a beautiful song and a really lovely folk song kind of chord progression and melody. So this is called Darcy Pharaoh. Where the Walker runs down to the Carson Valley plain, there lived a maiden, Darcy Pharaoh was her name, the daughter of old Dundee, and a fair one was she, the sweetest flower to bloom o'er the range. Now her voice was as sweet as the sugar candy. Her touch was as soft as a bed of goose down, and her eyes shone bright like the city lights that shine in the night out of Yarrington town. She was courted by young Vandermeer, and quite handsome was he, so I hear. Well, he brought her silver rings and lacy things she promised to wed before the snows fell that year. But her pony did stumble, she did fall. Her dying touched to the heart of us all. Young Vandy in his pain put a bullet to his brain. We buried them together before the snows began to fall. Now they sing of Darcy Pharaoh where the Truckee runs through. They sing of her beauty in Virginia City too. And at dusty sundown they drink her name a final round. And to young Vandy, whose love was true, Darcy Pharaoh by Steve Gillette and Tom Robinson, maybe. Song has been covered by hundreds of people, everyone from John Denver to Emmylou Harris to Ian and Sylvia to... It's become a folk standard, and a lot of people don't know that it isn't a folk song. So lots of folks here. Speaking of folks, let me say hello to some of you. Who have I missed? I got you guys. I'm scrolling away like crazy here. Brian Kuiper is here. Jeanette Pasqua. Pastor Deborah McLean. Hi, Deborah. And... Mel Green. Hi, Mel. Mel's a Sam W. guy. Sam W.'s coming up in about a month. And Toby Simmons is here, just popping in to say hello. She says, I'm a jam. Well, okay. And Mel Green says, also covered by Mel, and Julian Laxton, which was Mel's group when he was young in South Africa. And Rich Moore, Claude Galinsky. Hi, Claude. And Gene Galligan. Hi, Gene. And Mark Steele. Good to see you here, Mark. Mark, I want you to know I have your CDs sitting right on the table here, and I just haven't gotten around to listening to them, but I will soon. Every time I look at them, I feel guilty, and then I go do something else. What can I tell you? So some announcements. So I want to remind you that this Sunday, if you're in the Philly area, Girls from Mars at Gwynedd Meeting, and I will be there with them. If you need further information, you can go to girlsfrommars.com. John Sprouse will be there disseminating baked goods. And they play great swing music, swing and jazz from the 30s. And they'll have the great bass player Ralph Gordon and Howard Citron, who's a great horn player. And I'll probably do 3 or 4 things myself, just as a soloist, and then I'll get to kick out the jams behind those guys, which is always a pleasure. Janet Stavoli, hey Janet, she's out there in Ohio. I saw her when I went to Kent, and it was so nice to see her after several years of us not bumping into each other during COVID. So that's the Girls from Mars thing, and we will get rid of that now. And announcements. So hello to the Invisibles. The Invisibles are Joel Biget, Invisible Rubenstein. There's another guy. Mario Prue, who built this guitar. Judith Fox, Kit Sarikaku, Kate Mack, Linda Worster. And there may be more. So hi to you guys if you are here. And if you're not here, hello to you anyhow. Maybe you'll tune in later and watch it. So, and the other thing I always say is there's a PayPal link right there. You have the whole concert to copy down that information, and contributions are always appreciated, never expected. Okay? Lauren Payne. Hey, Lauren. Tuning in from the zoo. Okay, so I also want to mention, when I was on Monday, I mentioned that Cozy and Charlie weren't doing their stream on Tuesday. I did not mention that they had COVID because they had not made it public yet. And since then they have. Rhonda noticed that, and she actually posted it on the chat on Monday. I texted with Cozy today. She and Charlie are both getting better. Charlie had a pretty mild case. Cozy's was a little tougher, but still not anything to worry about, apparently. So they're improving now, so don't worry too much about them, but send them some good vibes. And the schedule is complex. I'm on right now. Thursday, Alex has had to cancel his stream for tomorrow. I think life has intruded, as we say, life or death, one or the other. Martin McNeil is not streaming tomorrow, but I see Toby is just putting up that he is streaming Friday at noon Pacific time, which is 3 o'clock our time, 3 o'clock Eastern time. Friday, Warren Bendler at 3 o'clock, Slim Edelman at 3:30, and Bunny Barnes is doing her twofer, I'm pretty sure, at 4. Saturday morning, Dakota Dave Hull at 11 o'clock Eastern time with Guitar Day, and that will be at 10 o'clock Central Time where Dakota Dave is. And then I will be back on Sunday at 10:30 a.m. and I'll send out the request thingy sometime around then. And Johnson Hogg says, where is that old Gibson L00 you used to play? Gone? No, it is not gone. It is right in the bedroom there in its nice little tweed case. I go in streaks on guitars, so sometimes I'll fall in love with a particular guitar and play it all the time, and that means that the other guitars, all the guitars I've kept so far, I really like. Some of them are absolute keepers. I don't think I'll ever get rid of them. They will be among those that are willed to others when I pass. This is one of them, the Prue. The Sunburst Martin OM18, or Shaded Top Martin OM18, is another, and the Gibson L00 is the third. All my other guitars, they might come, they might go. The Martin OM28, which I got in December or November, that probably will eventually move on. I'm not sure when. But I have a guitar on order from the Pre-War Guitar Company. If you don't know about them, go look them up. They make really interesting guitars. My buddy Danny Gotham has one, and he came up here and he played it on our concert together. You could go find it in the archives somewhere. And it was such a great guitar that I ended up ordering a guitar from them. If that guitar is better than the OM28, then the OM28 will be put up for sale. But truth be told, this is the best of my guitars. The most versatile, the richest sounding, the loudest. As I've said many times, the only thing it doesn't do is it doesn't sound like a Martin. And that's why I have a Martin. So Rita Rubin Long is here. Rita, I have to get in touch with you because after Sam W., I might come visit you if you're around. That'll be around the 16th or 17th of July. Think about that. And Charlie Bryant goes, ooh, ooh, pre-war. The thing about the pre-war is that it'll probably take as much as 2 years to get here. So I put in the order in January, and I'm trying not to look at the clock. Because I have great guitars already. And Warren sounds what? Moving on the Martin? So Warren, you could be the first guy in line if I choose to sell it. And I'll probably move on, my little Waterloo, which I really like, but it just, I think that it's probably not going to stay here forever. It has limitations to what it's good at. But I'm talking too much about guitars. You guys don't want to hear this. So, who else am I missing here? Elixir strings, yes, Johnson. Elixir Nano Web light gauge on everything except the Waterloo, which can only support extra lights. Warren says, keep me posted. I will do so. And Mel Green said, you did sell the other Prue, right? I've sold 2 Prues that were mine. I sold a third one that I moved on I just served as a kind of agent for it. But the original Prue I had, the OMD, I sold. And the prototype of this now belongs to Terry St. James, who's here some days. I don't see him here today. And everybody wants to talk about guitars. I love to talk about guitars. So the next old song, which many of you have heard me do many times, but which nobody ever seems to mind hearing again, is Angie. Angie, written by Davy Graham, perfected by Bert Jansch. Let me say a couple more hellos here. Dave Van Allen recognized the work song in the middle of there. Hey, wait, wheat. John Rice, my old high school friend, is here. Dave, Davy Graham also played a version of the work song and sometimes would insert it into Angie, and then Bert put it in there kind of for good. And then when Paul Simon stole it off of Bert, he put just the beginning of it in, and then he segued away from it. Tammy Dettinger and her little dog, Holly. Welcome aboard, Tammy. And Rita, then I will be in touch with you. We will figure that out. Dwight Shoemate is on break at the candy store, catching the end. So the candy store Dwight speaks of is George's Music. It's eye candy, and it's in New Britain, I guess. It's called New Britain, or is it somewhere else? No, I don't know what it's called, but it's down near Montgomeryville, and it's a great guitar store, and Dwight is doing a great job of helping people find great guitars down there, which is something I really like to do too, but I am not doing it for a store. Montgomeryville, says Dave Van Allen. Renborn, says Mel Green. No, I don't. I used to do some John Renborn pieces, and I do, like Lord Franklin, things he sang, and White House Blues, but this set is already planned, so maybe some other time. For those of you who don't know, hey, Ken Terrell over there in the UK, John Renborn was Bert Jansch's partner. They played as a duo at times, and they also founded a seminal folk baroque group called Pentangle, in which they were the two guitarists. There was a drummer or a percussionist, Terry Cox, a bassist, Danny Thompson, and a wonderful singer who's still around, Jackie McShee. And if you've never heard Pentangle, go look them up on the interwebs. So I will leave you with one more song. John Sprouse says George's Music is in Lansdale on Welsh Road, and that's where he got his herringbone D28. So this is one I wrote. I mostly travel solo. It's a burden I bear. Out alone on the highway, just trying to get somewhere. My wife would like to come with me, but we just talk on the phone. We never travel together, 'cause we can't leave the dog alone. She loves to go on vacation. That's my wife, not the dog. Up the coast to New England, living high on the hog. I could kill for some lobster. My friends think I'm insane, 'cause it's home in the backyard where me and the dog remain. She came with some issues. That's the dog, not my wife. She took a bullet in her young years. She was cut with a knife. They couldn't break her spirit, so they called her a cur. 'Cause when someone got bloody, she made sure it was them and not her. So they gave up on her, left her tied to a tree, where two honky-tonk angels picked her up and brought her to me. Well, she checked me over, as she thought I would do, and I made her a promise then on her hard times were through. She's got one ear that's tattered, there's a scar on her jaw, and it's best not to cross her, 'cause she'll lay down the law. She's the perfect companion for an old dog like me, and I try to live up to the man she hoped I might be. She's the perfect companion for an old dog like me. So that's Two Old Dogs. That song was written for Suki the dog. Many of you knew Suki, the little cattle dog cross who lived here with me for many years. Passed away last year. And I think I said hello to pretty much everybody. If I missed any, did I say hi to Dave Fry? Dave Fry Pentangle played Godfrey's? Wow. I can see Renborn Solo. I'm surprised Pentangle played there. That's amazing. Must have been a crowded night on stage, at least. Okay, so I've given you all the news about who's going to be playing and stuff. If you're in the area, coming out and hear me with Girls from Mars on Sunday night at the Quaker Meeting. At Old Songs Festival, the 24th through the 26th, I will be primarily a sideman to Magpie, although I might end up getting into some other trouble with my buddy Andy Cohen and other people playing there, Scott Ainsley. Then I'll be at Sam W. from July 10th through the 16th. And the plan is for me to be at Colorado Roots Music Camp from August 6th through the 13th. Put them on your calendar if you're out in any of those areas. Check them out before they sell out. I love you guys, and I thank you for joining me. Be happy, be healthy, be brave, and be calm. Be kind, it's a snap. And if you feel cranky, take a nap. Have a great day. Let me find my button and I'll be out of here. Bye-bye.